Why business owners get stuck and what to do about it. Hello and welcome. Thanks for joining me. I'm business coach Mark, and today I'd like to show you why, in my 20 years of experience coaching business owners, most people in business tend to get stuck and what to do about it. So let's start by dividing the business into some simple components that apply to every single business, no matter how big or small. It could be a trades business, a retail business, a professional services business, a manufacturer. It really doesn't matter. These four components show up every single time. You could say it's the chassis of the business. The first part we're probably all acutely familiar with is doing the business. Doing the business is all about operations. So basically anything that involves how the customer experiences the product or service being delivered, that entire process. Think about a trades business for a moment. There's a team on the tools, there's a system, or at least the beginnings of one, but doing the business is still about what actually gets delivered to the customer. The quality of the work, the communication, the follow-through, and even with a team in place, the standard of that experience can vary enormously depending on who's across it on any given day. And that supervisor, well, if there isn't a strong one in place, it's usually you. Same goes for a service-based business. You might have people around you delivering the work, but when a key client relationship gets rocky or the quality of what goes out the door isn't quite right, who ends up back in the middle of sorting it out? Usually you. And that's the thing about this component. Even when you've built a team around it, it has a way of pulling you back in. A key person leaves, a job goes sideways, a client complains, and suddenly the owner, who should be spending time elsewhere, is back in the middle of it, managing the doing instead of leading the business. So, as we're getting really busy doing the business, the work pipeline starts to thin out, and there's a realization: I need to go and generate some more business. So now we're getting really busy in getting the business. Getting the business is all about sales and marketing, and for most business owners at this stage, it's not even about attracting the right clients, it's just about keeping the pipeline full, getting the quotes out, set and repeat, following up if we're lucky and have time and think about it. The trades business owner has a team to keep busy, so the pressure to keep work coming in is real and constant. The service-based business owner is doing the same, networking, quoting, pitching, following up, and just like the trades business, when the pipeline needs filling up, it's usually the owner who ends up carrying that weight, regardless of who else is on the team. And as we do that, the wheels start coming off in doing the business. We get this seesaw effect. Doing the business, getting the business. Doing the business, getting the business. Even with a team in place, the owner is the one absorbing the pressure at both ends usually. And that's exhausting. The reason this is so intense is that everything here is urgent. And because it's urgent, it's obviously important. Because if we don't get it done, there are bad consequences. Unhappy clients, team members standing around, cash flow drying up. So this tends to get the most oxygen every single day. Then we have running the business, what you might call, back office or administration. Making sure the lights are on, payroll is done, insurances are paid, the BAS and GST are lodged, all the compliance stuff. At this stage of business, there's often more of this, not less. More people, more complexity, more obligation. Again, it becomes urgent, and because it's urgent, it's important. So we tend to get that done too. And it starts to feel like spinning plates. The bigger the business gets, the more plates there are to keep in the air. So we've got these three components all screaming for attention, all feeling urgent, all feeling important. And here's what happens. Even the owner who has built a team, who has some structure, who knows better, still finds themselves consumed by these three. They're busy, the team is busy, things are getting done, but somehow the business isn't really moving forward. Revenue plateaus, margin stays tight, the owner is working hard, but not feeling like they're actually leading anything. The fourth component, and really this is what this is all about, is guiding the business. Guiding the business is the strategy component, also known as working on the business rather than just in it. Most business owners know this space exists. They've read the books, they've heard the expression, but knowing it and actually carving out consistent time for it are two very different things. And that's what we exactly work on in coaching. These activities are typically important, but not seemingly urgent. And because they're important and not seemingly urgent, no one is going to scream at you if you don't have a 12-month plan or a 90-day plan, or if you haven't investigated why the margin keeps getting squeezed, or why you keep attracting clients that are more trouble than they're worth. No one cares, so it's easy to let yourself get away with not doing it. And because it's not urgent, it's easy to let yourself off the hook, to tell yourself you'll do it tomorrow, or next week, or next month when there's more time. And another year goes past and nothing has changed. Which is tragic, because they are the things that actually move the needle. It's about working smarter, not harder. What we want to do is give all four components equal attention, so we start to develop some real synergy in the business. When we're spending time in the guiding space, we're looking at data, we're identifying what should and could be improved. We make better decisions, which lead to better results, and better results lead to better life. I'm very passionate about business owners building a business that actually supports a great lifestyle. If it doesn't do that without running yourself into the ground, what's the point? You may as well just go and work for someone. At least then you clock off at 5. Now, this is not an overnight thing. It's not like flicking a switch off and on. Think of it more like a dimmer switch. We start to spend more time there. And once you see that the activities in that space lead to genuinely positive results, and you get the evidence of that, you'll naturally start wanting to do more of it. It's a bit like training a muscle. You don't go from no exercise to running a marathon. You start small, you build the habit, you see the results, and the motivation follows. So if this appeals to you and you like the idea, I hope it's helped you understand why most business owners get stuck and what to do about it. Feel free to reach out at businesscoachmark.com.au. There's a contact form. You can even book an intro call. I hope you found this really helpful and wish you a great day. Thank you very much.